Alright, course is done. Where do I put my videos? What's up guys, Jason here, aspiring entrepreneur, and in this video we are going to talk about where to host your course. More specifically, why you should be hosting your course with Vimeo. So let's go ahead, dive right into the 3 reasons, and then we'll jump over to my screen and I'll walk you through how to pretty much set up everything in your Vimeo Pro account. So there's 3 reasons why I think Vimeo is really great. Reason number 1 is privacy, right? When it comes to creating your content, if you're anything like me, after you've slaved months over creating your course, the last thing you want to see is people getting it for free or sharing it with all of their friends for free who didn't pay, right? And this is one of the big downsides of using YouTube, which has become a popular practice for some reason. Look, when it comes to YouTube, YouTube is all about spreading videos, right? YouTube is a social media platform. They did not design their player to keep people within a confined space like you want with a membership site, which means someone can just right-click on any video you have in your membership site and share the link. They can download the link. They can go to YouTube, create a playlist of all the videos, and then ask for a refund and still have access to it. So that's big number 1, privacy. Also, Vimeo actually allows you to choose what domains or URLs your video can be embedded on. I mean, the amount of privacy settings with Vimeo just alone makes it the best place to host your course. But if you're still not convinced, number 2 comes to branding. What's really cool about branding is you have 100% control over the player. That means when the video is done playing, unlike with a YouTube video, a bunch of other videos aren't going to pop up. It might just say share now, or you can take the share now away and say go to the next video. You can also change the player color settings. You can add watermarks, and you can take away certain player options if you don't want people to be able to skip through the video, kind of like if you're doing a VSL. And then number 3, when it comes to why you should use Vimeo to host your course, is there are no bandwidth limits. Now, another really popular tool is Wistia, and there are some great things that Wistia can do. I think Wistia is great for your marketing videos because they give you an incredible amount of analytics and control. However, Vimeo doesn't care how many times your video is played. Sites like Wistia and other hosting platforms do, right? So you pretty much have unlimited bandwidth. Once you've uploaded your video, it's just like YouTube. It doesn't matter how many times it's played, you're not going to be charged more. Now, there is a 20 gigabyte limit per month with the Pro plan, or I think per week or per month. I can't remember which one. I'll edit it with all the text over here. And it's going to be really hard to actually hit that, right? I do all HD videos. I post a lot of extra content, and I have never even come close to hitting that 20 gigabytes a month. And of course, once the video's up, you're not going to have to pay for streaming. So with that being said, those are the top 3 reasons I think this is a really great idea. So let's go ahead, dive into my screen and check it out. So kicking things off, let's take a look at what the branded player looks like and the things that you can do with it. Now, the branded player essentially means that you can change the colors. So right here you can see I have a blue and white color scheme. My logo appears blue, and on the player I've actually used the exact same blue color for the play button, for the volume. So whenever you mouse over here, instead of having the usual, YouTube likes to use red. Vimeo has this kind of off blue color that they use, turquoise. And what's also really cool, you can see that the player bar is blue as well. And I use this video as an example because you can see even in the video, and you can see the thumbnail image in the background, it's all the same blue. It gives this overwhelming consistency with everything on your site, and you can do this with your membership site as well. I'm just using my blog as an example, and it's subtle, but it makes a huge difference because people can begin to recognize that, hey, this person really put a lot of attention to detail when it came to the course. I mean, even the player matches the course colors. So here we have the share button at the top. You can choose to remove that. For example, on all my course videos, this share button does not appear. Then we have the watermark. Now, the watermark is something you can put on all of your videos, and when someone clicks it, it will take them to whatever page you choose. for me, for example, it takes them to the homepage. So no matter which blog video they're watching, if they click on this guy, it'll take them back to the homepage. So just wanted to illustrate what the branded player looks like in action. So now let's go ahead and talk about how to set up those privacy settings. I mean, those are going to be instrumental when it comes to ensuring that your course content is protected. Another cool thing about Vimeo that I like to use is I back up all my YouTube videos on here. So you can see these are all YouTube videos. So I'm scrolling down to my course videos. Now these are videos for a course that's going to be released within the next month or so. And you can see I uploaded them 9 months ago, so it's taken me a while to finally launch this course. And so let's go ahead and dive into the settings for the videos. So here we go. When you first upload the video, this is all the basic stuff you can do. For the most part, you're just going to add a title and be done with it. What we really care about is privacy and embedding. So here on embedding, you can choose where the video is allowed to be embedded. So we can say anywhere, nowhere, only on sites I choose. And when you click only on sites you choose, you can literally enter the domain. So for example, I only want this to show up on jasonwhaling.com, right? And thewealthtitans.com and easymarketprofits.com, right? And so now when I go ahead and click save, if anyone tries to embed this video any place other than these domains, then it will not work. Also, important to know that you need to enter your subdomains, right? So if I have a members.easymarketprofits.com, I need to include that domain here. I made that mistake of not including a subdomain, and I had a training for a client that all their videos didn't show up on their site. So we had to go to each video and add the subdomain in here as well. So you want to make sure that you do that. And then comments on the video, you can disable comments. Now this more has to do if it shows up on Vimeo or not. You can see up here, video is hidden from Vimeo, and we'll get to that in a second. You'll want to do that pretty much with all of your videos unless you're trying to use Vimeo as part of your brand reach or SEO strategy. You can allow people to download it. Obviously, with your course, you probably don't want people to do that. And then a review page here, we're going to ignore that. That's for content creators who have multiple people looking at the video, adding reviews. That's more of a higher production thing. So next you have collections, and I like to use collections as a way to organize all of my content. So you can see here I have my different YouTube series, and then I have my different products down here as well. Now next we're going to go to embed. Now this is where it gets really, really cool because you have a tremendous amount of control over what shows up and what doesn't when it's embedded on your site. For example, this is a video that's part of a course, right? So what I want to have happen is I want the play bar, I want the volume, I want full screen. I don't want like. See, as soon as you put like, you see how it in real time shows you how the player is going to look. Do I want share? No, I don't. Do I want embed? I definitely don't want people embedding. And then your profile picture, if you do that, a little profile picture will show up at the top. Who's it by? It'll show your name, title, let users decide, let's not do that. So you'll definitely turn all of those off when it comes to your course videos. Then we come down to the custom color. So you have a custom color control right here, so you can choose your custom color. You can also choose to display your logo or not. In your account settings, you can choose whether or not there is more logos listed here. You can have multiple logos. You just choose, and then you can choose the URL. Since we are doing a membership site, I am not going to have a URL. And then after video end screens, you can actually add different videos to pop up. So this is a really cool way to kind of breadcrumb your content. So at the end of the video, you can have the next video in the training series pop up right here, so that's pretty cool. And finally, we have the stats page. Now, this is definitely not something that Vimeo is great at, but they do have a stats summary, kind of like you have with YouTube, where it will give you basic information about all the videos you have uploaded, and then you can come over here to an individual stats page, and the highlighted feature here is it will tell you where people dropped off. So here's a video that is not currently live, so past 30 days, yeah. So here's an old sales letter that I had for one of my products, and in the past, you'd be able to see,
100% of the people started here, and then you'd be able to see drop-offs. Now, what's really cool about this, especially with sales letters, is if there was a huge drop-off at this point, you could go to that point of the video and you can see, hey, what did I say? Maybe that's where I listed the price, maybe that's where I listed a benefit, or maybe that's where I said something offensive and everybody got all uppity and left, so you can improve your videos to increase your retention. And that's especially important when it comes to creating video sales letters. And so finally, we have the pricing. Now, the basic video plan allows you a tremendous amount of flexibility when it comes to just kind of figuring out how this whole Vimeo thing works. And so I definitely recommend playing with that first. Take one of your videos, upload it, play with the basic privacy settings that it gives you. Everything I walk through should be included in this Vimeo Basic, except for the domain level privacy. However, you can restrict all of your videos from being shown on Vimeo, which is a huge privacy advantage over YouTube right out of the gate. So even if you don't pay for Plus or Pro, you'll definitely have much more privacy using the basic than you would with YouTube, because it's going to be very hard for people to actually find your video when it doesn't show up on Vimeo. Whereas on YouTube, there is still a page that people can go to find your video and have access to it even after they don't have access to your membership website. And again, Vimeo Plus will be plenty for you when you're looking for where to host your online course, where to host your videos. Vimeo Plus is going to give you plenty, 5 gigabytes a week. If your course is super long, just take an extra week or two uploading it. It's not going to be a big deal. The stuff resets every 7 days. So every 7 days you can upload 5 gigabytes or 500 megabytes or 20 gigabytes. And then of course, Vimeo for Business is really if you're already cooking with gas and you want some crazy advanced things for lead generation, then Vimeo Business is for you. Otherwise, Vimeo Plus and Pro and Basic are going to be all you need when it comes to hosting your online course.
So, thank you for watching. I hope you got some value out of this video. If you did, go ahead and hit that like button and then subscribe, because over on the YouTube channel, I'm documenting the entire digital marketing process and showing you guys everything you need to know to be successful building your own business. So until the next video, keep building the business you love. Take care.